Good morning, everybody. It's time for morning manna, and this morning is all about can't get enough. You just do too much. You're just doing too much because you can't get enough. How about that? You're doing too much. You're thirsty because you can't get enough. That's what we're talking about on this morning. That's the impartation for our morning manna on this morning. So good to connect with everybody on this morning. I got a word for you for sure. It connects to yesterday's manna, also last night's Bible study, also this coming Sunday's word. You want to just start connecting the dots now with respect to getting the most, doing the most, getting all you can from God. How about that? That's what we're going to talk about on this morning. And we're going to greet some folk. As you know, we're going to greet some people on this morning, say hello to some people, and then get right into the manna on this morning. How about that? How about that? Good morning, Ramona. How are you? Ella, how are you? Ramona is the first one always, most of the time. Good morning, Deacon Joe. How are you? Pamela, how are you? Elder Mobley, how are you? Carolyn, how are you? Laura, how are you on this morning? Gerald, how are you? Lydia, how are you on this morning? Pasha, how are you on this morning? Vicky, how are you on this morning? Samar, how are you on this morning? Miss you in Bible study last night. How about that? Samar, how are you? Patrice, how are you? I don't know whether were you present as well, Patrice. I'm not trying to figure this out. Good morning, Joelle. How are you? Gloria, how are you? Valerie, how are you? Joe, how are you? Again, let's say that all again. That's right. Good morning, Vaughn. How are you doing on this morning? What a great morning it is. Barbara, how are you on this morning? This morning, this morning. And let me, before I get into that, because we had all kinds of music issues yesterday. I was trying to do a little something, and you all just like came for me. Music too loud, Bishop. Turn it down. Now, can you hear it now? Can you hear it now? Just a little curious. Just a little curious about that. Good morning, Elder Jan. How are you on this morning? Teresa, my spiritual daughter, how are you on this morning? Miss you on last night as well. How about that? Brother Joe, Brother Nesbitt, how are you this morning? Was in the house. Cynthia's in the house as well. Benicia, how are you on this morning? You all have moved into the retirement life. Moved into the retirement life. Enjoy that. Really, all of the pictures, so all of that, it was really great. Good morning, Truly. How are you on this morning? Let me get to Brenda. How are you doing on this morning? And thank you, Brenda, for a happy anniversary. It is 43 years today. 43 years today, Lady Glenda and I. Thank you for that. Yep. How are you all on this morning? Got a word for you on this morning. And this morning is all about you're doing the most. You're doing too much. Why? Because you can't get enough. You're doing the most. You're doing too much. Why? Because you can't get enough. That's right. That's right. That's what we're talking about this morning. The text to talk to take away 5 minutes or less. Hey, let's jump right into the word on this morning. The text is this Psalm 63 and 1. My soul thirsts for you in a dry and weary land. My soul thirsts for you in a dry and weary land. Here's what's happening. When we look at this text, notice that the thirst is enhanced, that it is invoked, that the thirst is caused by being in the dry and weary land. You don't have a clue as to how thirsty you can be until you do not have the opportunity for water. Story, and I'll come back. I remember being in the military, and we were doing survival training. Got one canteen of water, and that's going to have to last you. You're going to have to learn how to portion that out. For whatever reason, seemingly, when you would have never wanted anything to drink at all, you were fine. The moment you were told that it was going to be a limit on it, seemed like thirst jumped up. It really does. So it is when it comes down to life. So it is when things become limited, when things become less than, it seems like that's when the thirst draws up. And that's what the writer is saying in Psalm 63 and 1. That's the context. Let's talk about more of these three things here that I want to get to you. And that is this: we live in a culture that offers Kool-Aid. That's right, instead of living water. We live in a culture that offers Kool-Aid. We don't even know what flavor it is. We just call it red. It ain't cherry, it's red. And that's what we drink when we're thirsty. That's what the culture offers. But God offers living water in a dry land. Here's the second thing I want you to get, and that is desperation is the birthplace of revelation. Desperation is the birthplace of revelation. When I get, and what do they say? When you are desperate, that is when you can really do some inventions, if you will. But when you get to a place where you're so dry, that's when it's time to go hard after God. Desperation is the birthplace of revelation, and trust and believe He's going to come. Know this: worship is not just a melody, it is an appetite. Worship is not just a melody. Here's what the psalmist is saying. He says, my soul thirsts for you in a dry and weary land. He's singing. He is singing his soul into a place in which it clearly he's saying that though I'm in a dry land naturally, the way I'm going to get quenched and the way I get to my next place is I'm going to drink spiritually. I'm going to drink spiritually. So I'm going to sing songs and melodies to myself to get me through this moment that I'm in. You in a dry place right now? Physically, you're in a dry place right now. Financially, you're in a dry place right now. Emotionally, the psalmist says that it is a worship melody to resolve the appetite, that in the desperation there's going to be the birthplace of revelation. And don't worry about drinking the red Kool-Aid, because Jesus is the living water. Drink of Him. You'll never thirst again. What's your takeaway this morning? Only those thirsty enough to seek Him will drink deep. Only those who are thirsty enough to seek Him will drink deep enough in Him. The Lord be with you today. May His face shine upon you and give you peace. If this bless you, bless somebody else. Share the manna. Don't keep it to yourself. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more morning manna. And thank you for the anniversary well wishes. Bye now.